In total, 376 law enforcement officers, a force larger than the garrison that defended the Alamo, descended upon the school in a chaotic, uncoordinated scene. But it wasn't just Steve McGraw and those officers who failed these families. It was also their governor, Greg Abbott. Let's not let him off the hook at all. He failed as well. This headline: Abbott spent hours at a fundraiser after Uvalde shooting. What in the unholy hell? So this man is at a fundraiser after 19 children and 2 teachers were massacred. Their lives were not important to him, not important enough to him to cancel a damn fundraiser. That governor needs to go based on that alone. Steve shouldn't be the only one resigning. This man should resign in disgrace as well. And if he doesn't resign, come on, put him out. Because raising money, Jessica, was more important to him than being with those families and showing some care and some compassion. Money was more important. Jessica?
Yeah, get Greg out, get Steve out. And I understand there's a lot of people who maybe have never found themselves on the receiving end of police violence and may not understand our calls for reimagining public safety. 40% of Uvalde's city budget goes to their police. I'm sitting here in LA where $3.2 billion annually goes to the police. And this was a situation where they showed up and waited an hour and 17 minutes before even entering the school, which went against their active shooter training protocol. And you're gonna say that they didn't fail? Not only do they commit acts of violence against the community all of the time, sometimes they are acting within their corrupt protocol, but this was a case where they failed to protect children. We all have to understand that the police failed in this case, that's without question, and we all have to think about how those resources could be better used to keep our community safe, because it was a mother who ran inside the building to get her child against what the police wanted her to do. We keep ourselves safe, not the police, and we've got to do something to change this corrupt system.
And they tried to charge her, they took her through the ringer. She did what any mother or father would have done, or other loved ones, to try to get in there and get her baby. That's what a mama does. And she did just that. And Abbott is always, not only has he put money ahead of the needs of the people of the state, guns as well. Guns over people. In 2021, he made it incredibly easy to stockpile weapons. Texans can carry handguns without a license or training starting September 1st. After Governor Greg Abbott signs permitless carry bill into law. Because guns are they God. I mean, this man, so money and gun, making it very clear that he does not care. The policy, follow the policy. Very clear, it's crystal clear. There is no ambiguity here when it comes to what Greg Abbott worships and treasures. But this is nothing new for Abbott. Check out this tweet from 2015. I'm embarrassed. Texas #2 in the nation for new gun purchases, behind California. Let's pick up the pace, Texans, at our NRA. So he had the nerve to tweet at the NRA. And they control so many politicians on both the federal and state level, you will lose count. This is what this man said. He's embarrassed to be #2 in the nation for new gun purchases. No, he should be embarrassed because he did not show the requisite concern for them 19 babies and their 2 teachers. He should be embarrassed that raising money for his campaign was more important than the lives of those children and their parents and other family and community members who were grieving and continue to grieve to this day. He should be embarrassed that the Department of Public Safety failed. That's what he should be embarrassed about. He should damn resign, absolutely he should. So like this country needs more guns, we don't need any more guns. We absolutely do not. Check out this stat on gun ownership all over the world. And look where the United States of America is. This is the top 10 countries with the highest gun ownership, civilian guns owned per 100 people. I want you to look at this. I want you to let this marinate. And if you are listening and not looking, United States is number one, 120.5. We go down to Yemen, 52.8 per 100 people. Uruguay, 37.4. I'm just skipping. It's tied with Canada, 34.7. It's just a case if you're just listening and not looking. But if you're looking, you see. Cyprus, 34. Finland, 32.4. But the good old United States of America, 120.5. Because the Second Amendment in this country is treated as if it is absolute. But other things, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, why isn't that treated like it's absolute? We could treat that as if it's an absolute right in the United States. The framers of the Constitution could have never imagined the type of firepower that would be created in the 21st century, and that weapons of war would be allowed on the street where people live. They could never have imagined that. And so the fact that we are not evolving on this issue, not even willing to have common sense gun policy. Well, I take that back. Many American citizens and those even people who carry guns are willing to have a common sense conversation. But it is the politicians that are bought off by these special interests, Jessica, who are not willing to change policies and have these common sense gun laws.
Yeah, it was disgusting. Every time there's a mass shooting in a Republican state, there's always this press conference where people will start combating the narratives before they come out, where they say, guns don't kill people, people kill people. Same thing with the abortion issue, where they say, you have to protect life. You have to protect life. This is all about life. If truly they cared and they believed that that was the problem, we would see unprecedented spending on mental health care in these states. If they truly believed that they should defend life, we would see unprecedented public spending on protecting mothers and giving them childcare and maternity leave. But these are not people who fundamentally care about the constituents that they're supposed to be serving. There's no better demonstration of them not caring about people than them only giving lip service to issues while taking a ton of money to the gun lobby and doing next to nothing to what they identify as the real problem.
Yeah, follow the money and follow the actions. Abbott's policies were practically an open invitation for what happened. The Uvalde massacre, yeah, it was. Let's put up that headline. On May the 16th, the shooter purchased an AR-15 rifle made by the manufacturer Daniel Defense, a known supporter of right-wing politicians. Maker of rifle in Texas massacre is deep-pocketed GOP donor. Political contributions by the owners of the Georgia-based Daniel Defense show the financial clout of the gun industry, even as NRA spending declines. And coincidentally, Daniel Defense released this social media ad the very same day. And I'm telling you, Jessica, I am gritting my teeth right now because I want to say some things that are not necessarily PG in this moment, but let's keep looking at that. Let me put it back up. Train up a child in the way it should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Now, these fools had the pure, unadulterated gall to use scripture and got this baby sitting here in this ad with this rifle. So it was the culmination of horrendous failures and lies by Steve McGraw and DPS and Greg Abbott and the obscene gun fetish exacerbated by the gun lobby. What reasonable, rational person, thinking person would think that this kind of ad is okay? And then to use scripture in that way, Christian scripture anyway, many religions, but they use Christian scripture to say, raise a child up in the way that it should go. So, but after he got his fundraising money, as children lie dead, Greg Abbott wanted to assure everyone with a bold-faced lie. Take a listen.
What happened It could have been worse. The reason it was not worse is because law enforcement officials did what they do.
And we know that what that governor said was a lie. Reminds me of something my grandmother once said. You can put truth in the river 5 days after lie. Lie gon' catch up. And I'm saying it the way grandma said it. In other words, this man's lies have caught up. The massacre, the disregard and disrespect, and the fact that this man and others like him, because he's not the only one, they answer to the God of money and the God of guns. Mass shootings all over this country. America, we can do better.